Hello everyone and welcome to another AtMaths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 4 Additional Mathematics Chapter 8 Vectors HOTS question Example 4. Okay, before that, please like this video to show your support and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Okay, let me read the question now. The following diagram shows triangle OAB. The straight lines AM and OK intersect at point L. Given that vector OA is equals to 2x, vector OB is equals to 14y, ratio of OM is to MB equals to 5:2 and AK is equals to 1 over 4 AB. Continue to read the question. For the question part A, find each of the following vectors in terms of component X and or component Y. Okay, in this case, they ask us to find vector OM and vector AK. For the question part B, given that vector AL is equals to P vector AM and vector KL is equals to Q vector KO, find vector AL in terms of P, X and Y, vector KL in terms of Q, X and Y. For the question part C, using the triangle law of addition such that involves vector AK, vector AL and vector LK, find the value of P and of Q. So this is the overall question. So I hope that you will attempt this question in the future. If you could manage to solve this question, a big thumbs up to you guys. But if you can't solve this question, no worries. I'm going to show you the step-by-step working and the solution. So without further delay, let us start to solve the question. Let us begin our discussion for the question A part 1, where we require to find the vector OM in terms of component X and component Y. Okay, so take a look at the diagram over here. So this is the part that we need to find the vector OM. This is the point O and this is the point M. Okay, you might be thinking we can just write the 14y straight away. Okay, by the way, this 14y is actually representing the vector OB, not vector OM, guys. So please don't get confused. Okay, however, there is a way that we can actually find the vector OM. Take a look at the ratio over here. It is given that the ratio between OM and MB is equals to 5:2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write down the ratio over here. Okay, 5 and then 2. Okay, so the ratio between straight line OM and MB is 5:2. So the first step what we need to do is we need to find the ratio of OB. So how to find the ratio of O to B? Very simple, guys. This 5 you plus with 2, you should get is 7. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to label the whole length with 7. Okay, so please wait. Okay, so from straight line O until B, so you have a total ratio of 7. Okay, so using this 7, we are going to find the vector OM. So how are you going to find vector OM? It will be very simple, guys. Vector OM will be actually equal to 5/7 of vector OB. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear now. Okay, so from here let us proceed to find the vector OM now. Okay, so given that vector OM is equals to 5/7 of the vector OB. Okay, so let me box this. Okay, so from here vector OM will be equals to 5/7 times with vector OB. Okay, vector OB in the question they already give is 14y. Okay, so you just substitute the 14y. Okay, so 5/7 times with 14y. So you calculate this, you should get your vector OM is equals to 10y. Okay, so this is the answer for the question A part 1. So let me underline the solution. Let us proceed our discussion for the question A part 2, where we need to find the vector AK. In the diagram, as you can see here, it's given the relation between AK and AB where AK is equals to 1 over 4 of AB. Okay, so from here, the first step what we need to do is we need to find the vector AB. Okay, once you find the vector AB, you substitute the vector AB into the relationship here, you should be able to find the vector AK. So this is the overall idea on how we're going to solve for the question A part 2, guys. Okay, so let us begin our working. So from here, step 1, find vector AB. Okay, so to find the vector AB, so you need to sum two vectors. Okay, in this case it will be vector AO, okay, and then you plus with vector OB, vector AO plus with vector OB. Okay, let us continue our working. So from here, vector AB is equals to, okay, vector AO in this case is the opposite direction of vector OA, okay, where it will be negative 2x. Okay, so negative 2x, okay, and then you plus with the vector OB. Okay, vector OB is 14y. Okay, just right here 14y. Okay, so from here you get your vector AB is equals to negative 2x plus 14y. So this is your step 1. Okay, let me underline the vector AB. Okay, so once you find the vector AB, now we can proceed to find the vector AK now. So let us write down the working here. So step 2, find vector AK. Okay, so from here, since in the question they already give the relation between AK and AB, so let us write down in the working here in terms of a vector form, where AK, vector AK is equals to 1 over 4 of vector AB. Okay, let me box this. Okay, let me just pull this up a bit. Okay, now it's better. So from here, let us continue to find the vector AK. So from here, vector AK is equals to 1 over 4 times with negative 2x plus with 14y, close bracket. Okay, so you calculate this. So from here you should get your vector AK is equals to negative half x plus with 7 over 2 y. Okay, so this is your answer for the question A part 2. So let me underline the solution. Okay, so from here let us continue our discussion for the question part B, where we need to find the vector AL in terms of P, X and Y, and vector KL in terms of Q, X and Y. So we will solve the part 1 and then later on we will proceed to the part 2. Okay, now let us focus to the question B part 1. Okay, if you take a look in the question, okay, it is given that vector AL is equals to P times with vector AM. Okay, so the first step will be we need to find the vector AM over here. So let us write down the working over here. So we will write the relation here as our reference. So vector AL is equals to P times with vector AM. Okay, so from here the first step will be finding the vector AM over here. Okay, how to find the vector AM? Okay, to find the vector AM, it will be the summation of vector AO plus with vector OM. Okay, vector OM we have already find. okay, which in this case is 10y. Okay, vector AO is the opposite direction of vector OA. So from here we can easily find the vector AM, guys. Okay, so let us calculate the vector AM now. Okay, so from here vector AL is equals to P. Okay, within this vector AM you can break down into two vectors, okay, where vector AM is the summation of vector AO plus with vector OM. Okay, close bracket. So from here let us continue our working. So from here vector AL is equals to P times with negative 2x plus with 10y. Okay, so this is the vector AM, but now we are finding the vector AL. So this P you need to times in. So from here you should get your vector AL is equals to negative 2px plus with 10py. Okay, so let me underline the solution for the question B part 1. Okay, so let us continue our discussion for the question B part 2, where we need to find the vector KL in terms of Q, X and Y. Okay, in the question they have already given us that the relation between vector KL and KO, where KL, vector KL is equals to Q times with vector KO. Okay, so our first step will be finding the vector KO over here. So how to find the vector KO? So to find the vector KO will be summation of two vectors between vector KA plus with vector AO. Okay, that will be our step 1, guys. Okay, once we find the vector AO, then you times in the this constant Q, you should be able to get the vector KL. Okay, that will be the working for the question B part 2. Okay, let us calculate together. So from here vector KL is equals to Q times with vector KA plus with vector AO. Okay, within this vector KO you can break down into two vectors, because KA plus with AO you get back vector KO, guys. Okay, it is understood. So from here let us continue our working. So vector KL is equals to Q, okay, and then you times with vector KA. Okay, so from here vector AK is negative half x plus 7 over 2y. So from here vector KA is the opposite direction of vector AK. Okay, so the opposite direction will be half x minus 7 over 2y. Okay, let us write it down. Half x minus 7 over 2y. Okay, close bracket, and then plus with the vector AO. Okay, in this case is negative 2x. Okay, close bracket. So let us solve the inside bracket first, and then later on we will times with Q. So from here let us find the vector KO first. So from here KL is equal to Q, okay, and then times with, so half x minus 2x. So from here you get negative 3 over 2x, okay, and then it will be minus 7 over 2y. Okay, close bracket. So this Q you times in. So from here you should get your vector KL is equals to negative 3 over 2 QX minus with 7 over 2 QY. Okay, so this is your answer for the question B part 2. Let me underline the solution. Let us proceed our discussion for the question C now. For the question part C, by using the triangle law of addition that involves vector AK, vector AL and vector LK, find the value of P and of Q. So this is the requirement of the question. Okay, in this case, we are interested on this region over here. Can you see the, okay, let me circle it properly. Okay, can you see the letter A, K and L? Okay, so from here we need to form the triangle law of addition. Okay, how are we going to form that? It's very simple. Okay, so from here, vector AK is the summation of vector AL plus with vector LK. So this is the triangle law of addition that we need to form, and from there we should able to find the value of P and of Q. So this will be the working for the question part C. Okay, let us write down the working over here. So from here, vector AK is equals to vector AL plus with vector LK. Okay, so let me box this relation. So from here, let us continue. So vector AK in this case is negative half x plus with 7 over 2 y. Okay, and then equals to vector AL, okay, in this case is 2px, I mean negative 2px plus with 10py. Okay, and then plus with 3 over 2 qx plus with 7 over 2 q, please wait, y. Okay, close bracket. So these two vectors, we're going to add them together. So from here, it will be negative half x plus with 7 over 2 y. Okay, and then it is equals to, so from here negative 2p plus with 3 over 2 q. Okay, and then in a bracket x, and then plus with 10p plus with 7 over 2 q in a bracket component y. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to compare in terms of component x and component y respectively. So let us continue. So compare with component x and component y. Okay, so from here negative 2p plus with 3 over 2 q is equals to negative 1 over 2. Okay, so this is the component x. Okay, and then continue with the component y. In this case is 10p plus with 7 over 2 q is equals to 7 over 2. Okay, so this is for the component y. Okay, by this time you should be able to guess, guys. Okay, we are going to solve a simultaneous equation. Okay, as you can see here, we have two variables and two equations. Yes, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate either variable p or variable q over here. It is preferable to eliminate the variable p, okay, as it is much easier as compared to the variable q. Okay, so how to eliminate the variable p? So we're going to times with 5, okay, for the x component. So from here let us rewrite it. So from here negative 10p plus with 15 over 2q. So from here you should get is negative 5 over 2. Okay, and then from here you just copy paste this equation. 10p plus with 7 over 2q is equals to 7 over 2. Okay, let me label this equation as 1 and this equation as 2, guys. Okay, so from here, in order to eliminate the variable p, equation 1 will have to plus with equation 2. Okay, so the p variable will get cancelled off. So from here, 15 over 2q, you plus with 7 over 2q, you'll get is 22 over 2q. 22 over 2 is also known as 11. Okay, in this case, you can just write here 11q. Okay, this is for the left hand side. Let us focus on the right hand side. Negative 5 over 2 plus with 7 over 2, you only left with 2 over 2. 2 over 2 is also equals to 1. Okay, so from here 11q is equals to 1. So from here your q will be equals to 1 over 11. Okay, so this is your first solution. Okay, let me underline the first solution over here. Okay, so once you get the value of q, now you can use this value of q and substitute in either one of these following equation, okay, or in any other equation. It is up to you guys. Okay, so in this case I prefer to substitute into the component x equation. So from here let us continue. When q is equals to 1 over 11, okay, and comma, so from here negative 2p plus 3 over 2. Okay, instead of writing q, now we can write 1 over 11. Okay, and then you should get your answer is equals to negative 1 over 2. Okay, so from here negative 2p plus with 3 over 22, okay, will be equals to, okay, since your denominator here is 22, okay, it is better for you to change this denominator as well, the base of the denominator. So from here you can change this fraction into negative 11 over 22. Okay, so this 3 over 22, you move it over to the right hand side, so it will become negative 3 over 22. So from here negative 2p will be equals to negative 14 over 22. Okay, negative 14 over 22, okay, you can simplify this. The 14 you only left with 7, and this 22 you only left with 11. Okay, so from here negative 2p is actually equals to negative 7 over 11. So from here to get the p, what you do, negative 7 over 11 you divide with negative 2. So from here your final answer will be, your p value should be 7 over 22. Okay, so this is your second solution, guys. Okay, so let me align the solution p over here. Okay, so that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for this question. I hope you understand the full working that I've shown to you. If you like this video, please give your thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future, and not to forget to share this video. Any comments, feedbacks or questions, feel free to put down in the comment section. Thank you everyone for your support, and I will see you in the next video.